just start. Don't start for money or anything like that, because you will be totally disappointed. I actually, for this video, I looked up, it was a while ago though, I looked up how long did it take me to actually not learn, but earn any money for YouTube. And it was actually a year and 4 months. I didn't earn anything, any income for YouTube. If you start for money, you will be simply disappointed, because it doesn't happen right away. It fluctuates up and down. You have to be passionate about it. And I started it as an outlet. Simple as that. An outlet of, you know, my family was used to me making these big meals or decorating something, but when they saw it, you know, they would say, oh mom, this is nice. Saya gets a kick more so out of it, or something like this, or this looks good, or this tastes good. But I just did it as an outlet and as a hobby. And then, you know, after a while I became more serious about it and took it more so as a business standpoint instead of just a hobby. And yeah, so don't start for the money. I actually did not know all the ins and out of the monetization. When I started, you didn't have to have a certain number of views or subscribers. And I think my mom was why I know my mom was watching Grady's mom, and she mentioned that she had a Tory Burch wallet, I remember, and she was doing the cash envelope system, I believe. And she had her grocery money, and she was saying that she had like $100 that she made from YouTube. So my mom even sent it to me, because we always send videos back and forth. And I was like, wow, if, you know, for me $100 was a lot, because I needed just something in order to, you know, buy whatever I wanted to buy, but mainly for groceries. And I was like, if I could just do that, then I'll be good. And then so that let me know about the monetization. I think I did research and stuff like that. And then yeah, a year and 4 months later, I received a YouTube payment. And then it wasn't consistent. Maybe I saw where a couple of months I went without a payment, and you have to have like $100 threshold in order to Google to pay you and for YouTube. And then I started consistently making $100, and at one point I was consistently, and I said, Lord, okay, I would like to make, you know, I said a prayer and stuff to make a little bit more. Then I consistently made $200 every single month. And then what I also did, of course, in that it wasn't a lot, but I paid my tithes off of that. And that's when I started seeing more, you know, growth, and then I saw more income and so forth. Okay, y'all, sorry, I can be long-winded. Okay, so also find something that you're passionate about, something you can talk about over and over and over again. I'm not super passionate about cooking, but there are like spurts that I am, and I know I can do it well. So that's why that was my plan to start my channel about cooking and stuff like that. And I could end up bringing that back as years went on. I didn't do it right away. So just find something that you're passionate about. I'm passionate about pretty things like home decor and DIYs, and I'm passionate about planners. But I didn't want my channel to only be about that. So find something that you can niche down. That's like what a lot of the YouTube experts say. But seeing what's going on in the world in the pandemic today, it was always hard for me to niche down. And I see the pro of not necessarily niching down to one thing. Because of what's going on in the world, people are trying to figure out how to reinvent themselves, how to make themselves more versatile, versus if you at least have 2 or 3 things that you talk about on your channel, then you can pull from those things. So I do grocery hauls and stuff like that. So like with this world that's going on right now, you can maybe share with people how to stock their pantry for emergencies, how to prepare for another pandemic or the hurricane, or how to cook meals on a super budget. Like, you know, some people don't have a job right now, so maybe how to work with what's in your pantry, or how to also, because if you're passionate about it, it will show in your delivery, when your enthusiasm, when you're talking about it. People know that you're just doing it just for, you know, views or stuff like that. Like, I love to do DIYs and stuff like that, but if I'm not passionate about the project, I can't do it. Like, I can't make my channel only about DIYs, even though I see in my analytics that that is why people subscribe to some of the videos. Mostly is because of maybe some DIY videos that I've done, and I just have to have a purpose for me, a purpose for doing the DIY, or a purpose for, or being passionate about it at the time. And I think when, that's just for me, y'all. That's just for me. And, you know, it may hurt my channel. It may, but, you know, it's not all about the numbers. That's another thing that I have on here. But that's just me. Whatever you can talk about forever, you can go on and on forever. That's what I think you should talk about. Also pray to the Lord and ask him, show him, tell him to show you what you're passionate about. It, what are you good at, what that you excel at, that you can do really, really great. See what people are interested in and watching. You can ask your audience. You can do surveys and ask your audience. You can ask them maybe in a video. Also see, like, what are they talking about? Like, I know, like, I sent out an email and a lot of you guys were talking about organization in your home and some other things that you wanted to do in your home. So see what people are talking about in the group, or what they really respond well, maybe on Instagram or Facebook, and it kind of gives you an idea what people are interested in. Also, you know, if you see more likes on a video than others, or you see more views than others, then that kind of gives you an indication. I'm trying to see, y'all. I had my camera cut off and I had to readjust. That kind of gives you an indication of what people are interested in. So just simply ask them, you know, or look in your analytics and see what people are interested in. You know, that's important in order to grow or to get where you want to go. But also, you have to be happy, you know, as yourself. Like, find some type of balance. Like, if you enjoy doing DIYs, or you enjoy doing planner videos, but you get more views with this video, you know, find some way to make a happy median. And I know when you're first starting, you may not know, but just, it may take a while to figure out that data and so forth. But yeah, since we're talking about analytics and talking about figuring those things out, there are lots of, like, video experts, YouTube experts. So, like, video influencers, Daryl Eves and Roberto Blake. Listen to, and I'm subscribed to some other people, but I can't remember their name. Watch their videos. You don't have to watch every single one, but watch their videos. Notice how when someone is filming, I know when I watch videos, sometimes I'm watching it for entertainment, but I'm also, you get this YouTube eye. You notice how they may carry out their camera, how they may hold their camera. You'll notice how they may switch between different scenes. You notice that they have a B-roll. Like, I didn't even know what a B-roll was for a long time. I was like, how are they talking, but something else is flashing up against the screen at the same time? I couldn't figure out that for nothing. And then one day, I was listening to somebody, and I didn't even know how to word it to even figure out how to even figure out how to do it. And I was like, how are they doing this? But but one day it just clicked. And you know, some things just don't come that easy, but just try, you know, learn and implement what you learn, and don't feel like you have to get it all at one time, because it can be overwhelming. So learn from those YouTube experts. I don't see a ton of like courses on YouTube. There are so many courses, you know, like on blogging and stuff like that, but listen to those people. Also, like, you use a certain type of camera or you use a certain type of software, you know, search. Like, I use Power Director, and I'm part of Power Director University, that YouTube channel. So if it's a certain way I need to figure out how to do something, like what was something that was driving me crazy, how to do the blur feature, then I go on there and I find and I'll look through his videos, and then I'll just figure it out that way. You don't have to know everything all at one time. From those YouTube experts, from other people, from other YouTubers, from how they do something. Don't copy what they're doing, but see what is it that you like about their video and do it your way, in your own flair and style. Also, be like a continuous learner. Try to learn something. Every day is a lot, every week is a lot, so maybe once a month about your channel. I mentioned this, I have some other videos, I think 1 or 2 videos of some YouTube tips, or 1 video, and then I also have like 2 blog posts, so I'll make sure I link those below, and they may have some other things that I won't cover in this video. But like, listen to podcasts, listen to inspirational stuff, listen to tips. You don't have to bombard yourself. Sometimes when I'm watching and like it's on autoplay and another one plays and another plays, and they then threw so much information at me, and I'm like, okay, this is enough for today. Because, you know, you can't retain but so much in a day. But just be like a continuous learner. Kind of do stuff outside of your box. Don't always feel like you have to do it this one set way and that's it, or that particular way is, you know, Bible. So this is kind of the same thing, be consistent learner, but be consistent. I think when I first started, I was a little bit more consistent than I am now, and mainly that's because, honestly, y'all, I haven't because honestly, I have to say, I can't tell you how many times that I wanted to get on here and tell you guys that I was going to take this break, take a long break, and that I needed a break. I was actually burnt out, I think, with YouTube my 2nd year, and it might be in 2.5 years. I was just burnt out. I was going. I was trying to do it every single holiday, not just doing the holidays, but every little thing. And I realized, it probably was sooner than that, I realized that I didn't want to look up one day and not know what's going on with my kids, or not knowing what they're doing, or they're growing, or one's handing me a book to read or something like that, and I didn't take in the moment. It's so easy to do. You can get caught up in watching everyone else, or you feel like you need to do this, or this is what's trending, or this is what's going on, but you don't have to do every single thing. There are some times that I will have a birthday celebration for a family member, for my boys or something, or, you know, I want to record. I may record it for myself, but I don't plan on sharing it with the channel, and I may just take pictures or something like that. And it could be like a graduation. I think I didn't share a little buffet scape I did of JJ's graduation. I did that with Valentine's Day. I really didn't plan on doing it, and then I had some pictures, and then at the time I just felt like putting it in the Cook With Me. I did that with my husband's birthday. I did a little bit with my birthday. I did that with something's on the tip of my tongue. Halloween, you know, you don't have to necessarily share every single thing, because if you share every single thing, you'll just feel like you're just spinning and you're just always constantly going. And for some people, that's fine. I know there are some things, a lot of things that I don't share, but I may put a picture on Instagram, or I may put it in a story or something like that, so that I don't feel totally overwhelmed, on top of, you know, all of the other responsibilities that we have in our lives. So don't feel like you have to be here and there and everywhere. When you first start, don't feel like you have to be on Twitter, or you have to be on Instagram, or you have to be on Facebook. Choose one that works best for you and that you like the most, and then eventually you can venture out to something else, you know, because it can be all overwhelming at times. And I think when you focus on one or two things, you can perfect those things and you can really excel at them. I know I put a lot of work at one time in Instagram. I was trying to grow my Instagram, and then I realized that this is not growing. I don't know what's going on. It's not growing. And I tried to make it all look consistent. I try not to like show some things with my family on it as much, so much personal stuff. I tried all these different things, and this is just being honest and transparent, y'all. And I was just like, you know, it's not benefiting me, really benefiting me. It's not my time. For a post, it may have usually take me 30 minutes or 20 minutes to filter the picture, to make it look a certain way. Of course, you know, as you do it more, it doesn't take as long. But I was just like, this is just taking a lot of time, of my time. You know, writing what you're gonna write and stuff like that. And of course, you can plan it out. Plan out every picture, every status or comment, not comment, but post that you're going to write out. You can put that in your notes in your phone, and you can just copy and paste, and then you'd be good to go. You can do that too. But for me, it wasn't really benefiting me. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to focus on my channel and my blog. And then as far as my niches for this year, what I was going to do is focus on cooking and decorating. That could have been tablescapes or home decor. And then I can't think of the other one, y'all. I can't think of the other one. I flashed it under here, but I can't think of the other one. And I said that's what I was going to do, instead of just, you know, feeling like I have to do all these things, or I have to be all these places. And I really, you know, kind of figured this out a long time ago. But it really, you know, really made me really focus this year on what to do and what not to do, or what was best for me and, you know, and my family and so forth. Okay, so keep going. So I mentioned earlier that there has been some times that I just simply wanted to stop. There have been times I wanted to take a break. Sometimes I took a break. You guys may not have noticed, or you may noticed, and I just didn't say or come on camera and say, you know, guys, I'm going to take a break for a while, and that's totally fine. But usually I end up getting out of my funk or out of my mood, and I'm back to my same old self again. And I think my mom and I were talking, and we were talking about how she said that, you know, some YouTubers, you know, they get anxiety and they get depressed and so forth. And I think it's all because, especially if you have a lot of numbers, I think you have pressure, you know, you have negativity of what people say, you have maybe these responsibilities. I haven't gotten that point though, but these responsibilities of financially that you have on your household. I don't know. I think too, in this YouTube world, it can seem alone. Everyone doesn't get it. Everyone kind of, you know, some people are like, oh, cool, but a lot of people still don't get it, and you can't really explain that to someone else how you're feeling or why you feel this certain way. I know sometimes, you know, I talk to my mom, I talk to my husband, I talk to my kids about stuff, and, you know, they'll get it a little bit, but they don't totally get it because they don't know about, they don't make videos. They are a good outlet for me to talk to and to vent to, and to, they motivate me and stuff, and they help me to keep going, because I probably would have stopped a long time ago. But I think when you first start, you don't think of the responsibility that you start this community of people who watch your channel and they look forward to your videos. And then once you keep going and that ball is rolling, and, you know, I get a little sad of, you know, people who I watch and then all of a sudden, you know, they don't make videos anymore. And I think that alone is what kind of keeps you going. And then you do it so many times, you upload so many times that it becomes a habit. It just becomes a habit. You know, at first, when you first start, you may not think to pull out the camera to do this or to do that, especially if that's not the type of thing that you do. But then after a while, it becomes like this muscle that you exercise, that you just like, okay, I want to record this. You don't have to record everything, but yeah, I want to record this, I want to do this, I want to do that. And still now, you know, I'm not used to like recording my everyday life. So that's a muscle that I have to exercise. Just like the muscle I have to exercise of getting in front of the camera. That's something I have to exercise because I'm not used to. But I can talk behind the camera all day long. Okay, so just keep going.